Today is the 5th anniversary of DACA, President Obama's program deferring deportations for illegal immigrants who arrived in the United States underage. Despite promising to do so during the 2016 campaign, the current president has not yet ended the program. The administration says it's still under review. Demonstrations in support of DACA were held around the country today. Marielena Incapi is the executive director of the National Immigration Law Center. She wants DACA to remain in force, and she joins us tonight. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Thanks for the invitation.
Want it to remain in place. It's an executive order, not a law. Why not do it the American way, the Democratic way, and have the Congress pass it? Why aren't you lobbying members of Congress to embrace your view?
Yeah, so thanks again for the invitation, Tucker. The thing is, DACA is working. It's been in place for 5 years. It's been part of our economy. As of today, we have nearly 800,000 young immigrants who have come forward voluntarily, have trusted the federal government, passed the national security test screening, and have paid a fee. And they've had this temporary protection from deportation. In keeping the program in place, President Trump has made a decision so far and has seen that it's actually working, and he himself, as he's learning about the program and learning about these so-called dreamers or young immigrants, has talked about the importance of finding a way to keep them here and doing something good for them.
Right. That would be, of course, a direct betrayal of his campaign promises made repeatedly during the 2016 campaign. But still, you're not answering my question, which is, in a democracy, why shouldn't the people get to weigh in on this? Why not have Congress make this law, and rather than this kind of jury-rigged system which we have now? And you know the answer, which is people don't support this. They don't want more illegal immigration into this country. So we're bypassing their will and just doing it through the White House, right?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, Tucker. Absolutely. Look, the DACA program is only a temporary protection from deportation. And, you know, President Trump can continue the program in place and exercise the same presidential authority that previous administrations, like Republican administrations like Eisenhower, Reagan, Bush Sr., etc. But at the end of the day, I agree with you completely. We need congressional action. Dreamers should be put on a road to citizenship.
Yeah, but let's be real. Look, you do this for a living, so you know as well as I, better than I, the amount of lying around this issue. So Democrats are jumping up and down. It's, you're a racist, you hate children if you're not for DACA. But they're not leading the charge in the Congress to vote on this. Let's see the legislation that says, hey, if you make it over the border and you're under 18, you get amnesty. That's what DACA is. Why don't they just codify that in the U.S. Code? Because they know voters don't want it. That's why. People don't want more illegal immigration. And so they won't try and pass it as a law.
Right. No, there are actually efforts right now, Tucker, right? So the DREAM Act was introduced recently by Senator Graham and Senator Durbin. There are about 5, 7 other bills, both in the Senate and the House. The polls actually show that Americans do support Dreamers. And in fact, some of your own Fox News colleagues, right, like Charles Kropheimer, Rush Limbaugh, all talk about, even Rush Limbaugh says, right, this is logical to provide a road to citizenship for Dreamers.
But hold on. Look, the country is crowded in a lot of places. There were 320 million people here. If current immigration continues, we're going to get to 500 million by the end of the century. You know, that's a lot. That's an awful lot of people. And I think that if you were to say to the public really clearly, anytime someone comes into the country illegally under 18, they automatically become a U.S. citizen. I think you'd find support for that would be, I don't know, maybe 10%. Like, nobody would be for that. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but Tucker, you know, you're a smart guy, and that's not what the DACA program does. The DACA program, or the DREAM Act, right, talks about a small category of people who came when they were children. I mean, look, they have grown up here. They've gone to school here. With DACA, many of them have bought cars, have bought houses, are paying for their college tuition. It is completely illogical. It makes no sense.
Well, it makes no sense to enforce your immigration law? This is insane. This is insane. You are saying that people who break the law ought to get a special pass because they have political clout. That is not the way it's supposed to work. If you think that anyone who comes here underage illegally should become a citizen, pass a law that says that. But this is basically the executive branch of government saying to the Congress, we don't care about your laws. And that's why it's being challenged, of course, in the courts, as you know.
No, listen, DACA has been challenged in the past and it's lost, right? Both the state of Mississippi, the ICE agents tried to challenge DACA. It actually has survived legal muster. On the other hand, though, one of the things is that in the both DACA or DREAM Act context, we're talking about individuals who've been here for many, many years, who came when they were children, who have to pass certain criteria and would then be eligible. It's not an automatic simply because you came unlawfully and you were under 18, you're eligible for that. And there's a reason that this program has survived for the last years and has been in place even in the first 8 months of this administration. It makes logical sense. It's good for our economy. It's good for America. And your viewers know that. And President Trump should exercise his presidential authority and should not allow himself to be bullied by people like Paxton in Texas.
Okay. Good for the economy. I wish we had more time and you could explain in some detail how it's good for the economy.
I know. Happy to come back and talk about that.
Good luck with that. Marlena, thank you for that. Good to see you.
Thank you, Tucker. Really appreciate it.